I know what it's like to feel like your finances are spiraling out of control. The bills piling up, the credit card statement staring you down, the constant stress of wondering how you're going to make it to the end of the month. But here's what I discovered. You don't need to panic or overhaul your entire life to get your finances back on track. In fact, I did it without stressing out. And today, I'm sharing exactly how. So, whether you're overwhelmed with debt, struggling to stick to a budget, or just tired of feeling like money controls you, this video is for you. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more practical money tips, and drop a comment below. What's one financial habit you'd love to improve this year? 1. Start with a simple snapshot. I used to think I had to create a complicated spreadsheet to get a handle on my finances, but what really helped me was sitting down with a pen and paper, or even just my notes app and writing down my total income after taxes, my fixed expenses, rent, utilities, subscriptions, my variable expenses, food, gas, shopping. I didn't overthink it. I didn't try to predict every possible expense. I just wrote down what I knew and gave myself permission to be imperfect. This simple snapshot gave me clarity, which was the first step to reducing my financial stress. 2. Prioritize needs over wants. Once I saw where my money was going, I asked myself, what do I really need to survive and feel secure? Rent, food, transportation. Those were my top priorities. Then I looked at the wants category. Streaming services, takeout, online shopping. I didn't cut everything out, but I prioritized the essentials first. This gave me breathing room financially and emotionally. B. Automate the essentials. Automation saved me from late fees, missed payments, and the stress of trying to remember every bill. I set up automatic payments for rent and utilities, automatic transfers to my emergency fund and savings, even small automated investments like $10 a week. When I automated the essentials, I stopped worrying about forgetting something. That peace of mind was worth every penny. 4. Start with small wins. Trying to overhaul my entire financial life overnight was overwhelming. Instead, I focused on small wins, canceling one unused subscription, cooking at home twice a week, putting $5 a day into savings. These small actions built momentum and gave me confidence. Before I knew it, I was making smarter decisions without even thinking about it. 5. Create a simple buffer fund. I used to think I needed thousands of dollars for an emergency fund, but even having $200, $500 in a separate account made a huge difference. It meant I didn't have to rely on credit cards when a surprise expense came up. And that tiny buffer reduced my stress dramatically. 6. Avoid the guilt trap. When you're trying to fix your finances, it's easy to feel guilty about every little indulgence. But here's the thing, I gave myself permission to enjoy small treats within my budget. A $5 coffee or a night out with friends isn't going to derail your progress if you've planned for it. In fact, allowing yourself occasional rewards can help you stay motivated. 7. Use tools that simplify, not complicate. I experimented with budgeting apps and fancy spreadsheets, but what worked best for me was using simple tools. A basic budgeting app with clear categories, my bank's automated savings feature, a sticky note on my fridge with monthly goals. The simpler, the better. 8. Focus on progress, not perfection. This one was huge for me. I realized that fixing my finances wasn't about being perfect. It was about making consistent progress. Did I sometimes overspend? Yes. Did I occasionally skip a savings transfer? Of course. But I kept going. I forgave myself for setbacks and focused on the bigger picture. I learned to say no kindly. One of the hardest but most powerful things I did was learning to say no to unnecessary expenses. When friends invited me out for pricey dinners or I was tempted by online sales, I paused and asked, does this align with my current goals? If the answer was no, I politely declined or found a cheaper alternative. It wasn't easy at first, but over time it became second nature. 10. Celebrate small milestones. When I paid off my first credit card, I celebrated with a homemade dinner. When I hit my first $1,000 in savings, I treated myself to a movie night. These celebrations kept me motivated and reminded me that progress, no matter how small, was worth acknowledging. Getting my finances back on track didn't happen overnight. It didn't require me to become a financial expert or sacrifice everything I loved. It happened because I took a simple snapshot of my money, prioritized needs over wants, automated key payments, focused on small, consistent wins, gave myself grace along the way. And you can do the same. Let's talk about it. What's one step you're going to take this week to get your finances back on track? Have you tried any of these strategies before? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. If this video gave you some clarity and confidence, hit that like button, subscribe for more simple finance tips, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. And remember, you don't have to stress out to get your finances on track. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how even the tiniest steps can make a massive difference.